What's up everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to introduce you to my new daily driver, the BMW 435i. Now this is a 2015. I bought it used with about 34,000 miles on it. I've just always really liked the 3 Series / 4 Series BMW. I think they look pretty sporty, yet fairly subtle at the same time. Makes for a good daily driver. Under the hood is an inline 3-liter 6-cylinder with a twin scroll single turbo, making 300 horsepower and 300 foot-pound of torque. With M Sport package you get the upgraded front fascia, restyled rear bumper cover as well, in addition to 19-inch wheels with M Sport brakes and run flat tires. What's really cool about this car is with the windows rolled down with their no door pillar, it just gives you a really open air feeling. And if that isn't enough for you, it's a convertible. Or should I say retractable hardtop. It's just amazing the engineering that's involved in making these retractable hardtops. Really cool to watch. I really like the interior of this car with the light leather interior, also with a mix of faux wood and aluminum trim. I think that BMW has really done a good job with this. This particular model has the ZF 8-speed automatic transmission with manual mode, steering wheel mounted paddle shifters as well, pretty large infotainment screen that also incorporates a backup camera with parking sensors front and rear and trajectory. It's got an upgraded Harman Kardon stereo system with door mounted tweeters, beautiful door speakers, center channel for 5.1 audio. It's got a pretty good sized trunk with the top up. Now there is this cargo tray that in order to put the top down, anything that's stored in there must be underneath that tray. Now if you have the top down and you want to access the limited storage that you have, there's a button up top here. You press the button, which raises the trunk lid, also raises the top, so you can lift up the storage lid and access the small space that's underneath there. Just remember to go ahead and close this before you try to put the top down. Overall, I think this car looks really good with the top down. Or up for that matter. Well, that's about it. Now it's time to take it for a test drive. Now normally when I drive this car I like to do a couple of things. First thing I'll do is I'll press Sport button twice, which puts it in Sport Plus, turns off traction control. As you can see, it comes up on the infotainment screen as well. What it does is weight the steering wheel a little bit more, increases the throttle response. It also stiffens up the suspension just a bit, and the shifts are a little bit quicker, a little bit more harsh. It's also pretty cool. It sounds a little bit better when it shifts, and you also get a little bit of a burble from the exhaust. So definitely makes the car a little bit more fun to drive, makes it a little bit more lively. So then I also put the gear thing in sport once it's in drive. Move the gear shift lever over to the left, which puts you in Sport 1. Now it's still automatic mode, but at this point it's going to still shift very fast. So anyway, let's go ahead and we'll do a little run here. As you can see, even though the car only has 300 horsepower and 300 foot-pound of torque, it actually moves pretty good. Now this car is not light by any means. I believe it weighs about 4,100 pounds. A lot of that is due to the fact that it is a retractable hardtop that does add a few hundred pounds. But this ZF 8-speed transmission, let me tell you, is pretty incredible. Now this transmission is shared in a lot of different vehicles also. It's used in Audi, it's used in BMW, of course, Aston Martin, even the Rolls-Royce. So this transmission is quite capable. It's able to handle up to 600 horsepower from what I understand. So definitely a lot of fun to drive. One thing I just want to explain to you, what I've realized is sometimes less is more. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I have a 700 plus crank horsepower Corvette, manual transmission with headers. Car's extremely loud. It's pretty ferocious. I mean, it's very raw. And let me tell you, anywhere I go, if I just hammer the gears, you know, first, second, maybe even third, I'm feathering the throttle, getting a lot of attention from probably more than a block or two away. So when you're driving something like this, you can pretty much pin the throttle almost everywhere you go. Sure, it's a little bit quieter, it's not nearly as sporty looking, doesn't get you nearly as much attention, but allows you to have a lot of fun. Well, that's about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you're checking in for the first time, please subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.